Hey, I'd like to welcome you to another episode of Mission Matters. My name is Adam Torres, and if you'd like to apply to be a guest on the show, just head on over to missionmatters.com and click on Be Our Guest to apply. All right, so today I have Roger Parodi on the line, and he's head of strategy at 51Talk Online Education Group. And let me tell you, this is part of our DealFlow Discovery Event series where we've been covering the best of those that attended and participated at the DealFlow Events series. And Roger, first off, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Adam. It's great being here. Thank you for having me.
All right, so we got a lot to talk about today. So I definitely want to get into 51Talk Online Education Group, also known as 51Talk, and I also want to talk a little bit about those mascots back there. I see there's little mascots on the back. I want to get into that too and have some fun today. But before we do all of that, we'll start this episode the way that we start them all, with what we like to call our Mission Matters Minute. So Roger, at Mission Matters, our aim and our goal is to amplify stories for entrepreneurs, for executives, for experts. That's what we do. Roger, what mission matters to you?
Thank you, Adam. So we are an education company. So as an education company, our mission is to educate children, is to make, and as we mostly focus on language, it is to make children speak to the world. And of course, we are a commercial company, and our commercial success is very important to us. But in education, when you make your children grow, your children learn, and your students satisfied, that's how you grow commercially. So that is our mission.
Yeah. Did you know that you always know that you wanted to work kind of in the education field, or like how'd you get to 51Talk? How'd that start for you?
It's very interesting because the education, it's an education technology company. So I came through the education path, and I was in China already at that time, and we started in China. You probably will ask us what our roots are, and our roots are in Beijing, and I was there. And I came kind of through the internet path. I eventually landed there, and education was a very big topic at that time. So that's how I kind of naturally landed there. And I'm very happy to be in education because it's a very exciting topic, and it's a happy industry, right? They're very not so happy industries. This one is a really happy industry. It gives you a lot of, it's very rewarding because you see children grow every day.
Talk a little bit more about that. Like, why is it rewarding? What do you enjoy about it?
Well, overall, I mean, the happy part, of course, or the happy part, it's an exciting thing because as a company, we are on a high growth path. And whenever you grow, when you add people, it is a happy thing because it's exciting. Yeah. On the other hand, when you know that the product that you do is the product that you sell, it's really beneficial for for your clients, and in that case students, that's something that enlightens you, and that makes your day. So we all have a mission to make children grow, to make children learn, and that's the happy part of it.
Talk a little bit more about the products, and also that's the mascot in the back, am I correct? Like, talk a little bit more about the products.
Absolutely.
And the brand.
Absolutely. Our core product is we educate children. We teach children English 5 to 12 years old. Now, it's not only English, but that's usually how it starts in education, especially outside of English-speaking area. That's the entry point into education, and that's our core product. And we do it in a very, it's not just one-on-one. It is one-on-one, and we have real-life teachers, but it is a very technical product. We have it's fully automated, it's fully AI-driven, and that's what we bring to our students.
Yeah. I want to get into the AI part and really how that's affecting and what's going on in your world for that. But before we do, I understand that your team was sent out to the DealFlow Discovery event. What were you looking for there? Was it for resources, investors? Is it networking? I don't know. What was out there? What was the mission for the team that went out there?
We are a listed company on the New York Stock Exchange. We've been listed in 2016. And so it's quite a while. It's 10 years. It's almost 10 years ago. We almost celebrate our 10-year anniversary. But
that's amazing.
Thank you, Adam. When you know a little bit about education technology in China, in 2021, there was a double reduction policy, which, in fact, at that time, the government banned private for-profit tutoring. So we were before teaching children in China, majorly, and in 2021, we shifted entirely to international markets. So we divested our China business, and today we are only teaching outside of China.
Yeah.
And so we had a scale at that time of about $400 million and operating cash flow of maybe $100 million. That's when, and we were on a very fast growth path. That's when it hit. And that's when we kind of as well then disappeared from the investors' radar because we had a very good valuation. And that's when not only us, the whole education industry from China disappeared. Right?
Wow.
And afterwards, when we started to pivot, we had to start from scratch, right? We had to, in 2021, we had to let go 80 to 90% of our people. Right? And we rebuilt it, and we are back on a very, very fast growth path. So when you look at this year, we grow we have already given our guidance for Q4. So we will be on a growth path of 80% year-on-year growth.
Wow.
And it is the right time for us now to reach out again to investors and to let them, to share with them our stories, to tell them, hey, we're back, right? We're not teaching in China anymore. We do what we did in China, but we now do it in the whole world. And
that's amazing. First off, and that's what an amazing turnaround. I don't think many businesses would have that, that ability to pivot like that and have such a swing, right? What's been the response so far from the investor community and seeing you come back really with so strongly?
Of course, positive, right? When we tell our story, it's people enjoy it because they know the education technology industry is very strong in China. Now, when they understand that, we still have our R&D department there. So our R&D is still, we bring the technology from there to the world. So they like this story that the technology, we combine the best from both worlds. We take the technology from there and we bring it to other parts of the world. Right now we're teaching mostly in Southeast Asia, in the Middle East, but we basically cover any part of the world. Right. This story is very well received by investors.
Yeah. You mentioned AI earlier. I want to go a little bit further into that. How's that affecting either the product or the market for what you do? How does AI play a role in this story?
AI changes education, especially online education, entirely. Right? It's completely different, new. It makes everything new. So when we look at our business, we look at three core processes. Right. We have a sales process. We want to onboard students. And when students are onboarded, there's a second core process. We have to take care of the parents and the children throughout the learning journey. And the third core process is the actual teaching itself. It's the class. And in all of these core processes, we integrate AI into each part. And not only integrate, whenever we can replace, we do replace with AI. So we would call ourselves an AI native company. Let's maybe start with sales, right? In education technology, customer acquisition cost is usually very high. Now, it starts with the lead. Then it starts with the whole sales process. And then it goes to the trial class. And then it goes to the conversion. When you do that with human power, it's extremely expensive. That's why customer sales and marketing can easily go up to 40-50% of sales. Right? Now, we do that all with AI. A lot of it, we do that with AI now. Even trial classes, we do with AI, the whole sales process. So I think if this is all automated, what is left is the lead cost, right?
Yeah.
When you think that through. So that would actually accelerate the way we can grow and push our sales and marketing costs much lower. Now, the real question then, obviously that always comes, hey, what about the class, right? What about the teacher? Yeah. You still have human teachers. Do you really need human teachers, right? Well, the teaching itself, you have preparation, you have the main class, and you have you have afterwards exercise. The first part, the last part is already fully done by AI tutors. Right? So we have the AI tutor technology as far as it takes, and for exercise and all that, it's already done.
Yeah.
Now, the main part of the class, you have to think of our students are 5 to 12 years old.
Mm-hmm.
From the age of 5 to 9 or 5 to 10 years, a student, a child doesn't know it's learning. The motivation doesn't come. It's not about information transfer. It's about building relation. It's
Oh,
about
that's interesting. Yeah.
emotional equity. It's about, how do you teach someone who doesn't know that it's actually that it's actually learning?
Yeah.
And that
They
is
don't
all
know
the
they're in
emotional
class,
part.
kind of, right?
Exactly. So this part, maybe at one point in time, this will be done by AI. And we look at it in autonomous driving. You probably know the concept of L1 to L4, L1 to L5. Right?
Mm-hmm.
L4 is autonomous driving. You don't need to have the steering wheel anymore. We do the same logic in AI tutoring.
Mm.
Right now, I think the technology is at L2. When you think of L4, L3, probably this year, some companies can do it. Already starting to have some L3. L4, I would think it may be 18 to 24 months away.
Yeah.
But even then, we are back to the problem that the child, it's not about information. It's not about information
It's the
portrayal.
relationship, like you
It's a
said. Yeah.
relationship building. So if we talk about 12 to 15-year-old children, I would say in 2 years, it's fully AI. Younger,
Wow.
not under. I wouldn't think so. Now, if it happens, we want to make sure we're going to be the first to be there, right? So the lucky thing is we have the whole environment. We can teach today, and we can always bring the product to the student that at the moment is the best in terms of price, in terms of
Yeah.
result. If we get there, that I can teach a 5, 6-year-old student only with an AI tutor, we will do it.
Yeah.
So we always say, look, startups, they're building the future. They're trying to build the future. And we're not knowing when the future is going to be here. What we do is we build a path to the future. And we just want to make sure we're going to be the first to arrive.
Man, that's great. Roger, this has been awesome. Like, I love it. This is hopeful. This is interesting. By the way, I learned a lot about the education side. I never thought about it, like, because I don't come from education. So looking at that age, the kids don't know they're learning. So you need that relationship. You need that trust for the moment. You need all those things so that the child buys into it, right? So that they ultimately learn. That's
Absolutely.
the
Yeah,
goal.
absolutely. And you see our classes online. You can go on YouTube. There's a lot of, there's some test classes. You can see, once you see the children, they sometimes don't open the mouth for 1 or 2
Yeah.
minutes.
Yeah.
So the way we have to train our teachers to educate a 5, 6-year-old old child, that is a lot of expertise that goes into this teaching. And this is the
Yeah.
exciting part. And we're really, really proud of our teacher. And being successful being successful in this,
Yeah.
it is a lot of operations. It's an operational business. Education is an operational business. It's not like, you're building a Facebook and then it grows.
Yeah.
And the technology is everywhere the same. It's as well a very local business, right? It's everywhere different. Every country we go, we have to fit into the local school system. We have to adhere to the local marketing, branding thing. So it's very, very local. And that is
Yeah.
actually something that is very important to our business. What we had to learn, and we didn't have that before, what we had to learn is, as a company, how do we go into different countries and how do we build up an operation there? Once you know how to do it, you can repeat it. And that is probably a skill that not so many education companies have, even the ones who try now to go out from China to go to the
Yeah.
rest of the world. I do think we put a lot of effort in it, and I think right now we're quite good at doing this localization work.
Yeah. Roger, this is great. I have to ask, what's next? What's next for you? What's next for 51 Talk?
Well, thanks a lot for that question. And obviously, we're getting excited about that question when we look, as I said, right now, 2025, our growth was around 80%, just taking our guidance into consideration. And we're going to remain high growth companies for the next few years. We're very sure about that. So how do we do that high growth and where do we do that high growth, right? So Southeast Asia, as I said, there's a
Yeah.
lot of markets we can still grow. Right now, where we grow really fast is in the Middle East.
Hmm.
The Middle East has an advantage as a market. The Middle East is like China was in terms of language, quite a unified market, right? Or you can even say the MENA region, right?
Yeah.
So you can serve different markets from operational centers that you have somewhere in the region, right? We can serve Saudi Arabia from Egypt and from Jordan, right?
Hmm.
So, and of course we do that. So we can build something up like we build it up in China, in the whole
Yeah.
region. And we will continue to start with language and to extrapolate from language to go into other subjects.
Hmm.
And we see ourselves as a comprehensive early childhood educator and the first address that we hope that parents will go when it is about helping their children to learn, grow, and develop.
Amazing. Roger, how do people follow up? How do they learn more, whether it's about the company or otherwise? Like, how do they connect?
Well, we have our website, ir.51talk.com, or just go to our LinkedIn. We have a LinkedIn account. You will find us with 51
Mm.
Talk, and it's a very well maintained LinkedIn
Yeah.
account, so you will find more information there.
Fantastic. And for everybody watching, just so you know, we'll definitely put some links in the show notes so you can just click on the links and head right on over and connect on both LinkedIn and the website, of course. And speaking of the audience, if this is your first time with Mission Matters and you haven't done it yet, hit that subscribe or follow button. This is a daily show. You heard me right, daily. Each and every day, we're bringing you new content, new ideas, and hopefully new inspiration to help you along the way on your journey as well. So hit that subscribe or follow button. And Roger, I sure do appreciate you coming on and being part of the DealFlow Discovery Series and sharing that amazing story of turnaround. I'm still kind of blown away to be able to, for a company to bounce back when an entire market was essentially displaced by and taken from them. Amazing story, amazing story of resilience and really triumph, and congrats on the high growth. So thank you for coming on today, Roger.
Great. Thank you, Adam, for having me. It was really great sharing with you. And it's a pleasure as well to be part of this DealFlow group and community.